Going.
Going.
Oh, look,
Going live.
And action.
We look so white.
I know, it's the lighting.
Ooh.
And also the fact that we're just...
But
the lighting.
Ghosts, I promise. Well, maybe we are.
Maybe we are.
No, we're not.
It's just the lighting right now is very like in our
people.
faces.
Yes.
And it's making us look very
I think it's partially because it's kind of gloomy outside. So then it's just these lights, and that's all.
Yeah. Interesting.
So we look a little like we're glowing. But it's all good.
How does it look?
Oh. Like, what are you looking at? Y'all, today has been a
Patty.
day. Hi, Patty. We are here to discuss Rapunzel and the Lost Lagoon by Leela Howland. I'm so excited. Hey, Katrina.
Hey, Katrina. Yay!
Patty is the speed live clicking queen today.
Hey, Elle. Hey, Alicia.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to talk Tangled with you guys because I don't think we've read anything to do with Tangled.
I don't think so.
With the book club yet. I think this is our first one, so this is really exciting.
Yeah.
I also realized as I was getting ready, I don't have any like Tangled ears or shirts or anything, and I love this movie.
I don't think I do either,
much.
actually.
I have like a ton of Beauty and the Beast.
You have like a few pins.
I have pins. Yeah, I do have pins, but I don't have like apparel. Except I do have a Pascal ball cap. That's my one thing. Is I have Pascal on a ball cap. Yeah.
That's the extent of the Tangled merch.
No, I'll work on that. That's okay, Patty. We're just gonna talk about everything. We're just gonna talk Tangled and whatever. It's been a long day, y'all, so I'm sorry if I'm a little discombobulated.
You need to remedy
also,
that.
We have a hurricane coming? Question mark?
Yeah, at least, at the very least, big tropical storm.
Yeah.
But that's probably tonight, going into tomorrow, so it's fine.
We're gonna be fine. Yes, I do need to remedy that.
Patty, are from Etsy, and they're actually made from Vera Bradley fabric, Disney Vera Bradley. So you can see like Mickey here and there. But yeah, they're from a small shop on Etsy.
Hi,
Anna, my bad.
You're good. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Rapunzel and the Lost Lagoon, or just Tangled in general, because I'm just gonna come out the gate. I'm gonna say my statement.
Okay, say it.
Rapunzel and Eugene are the best Disney couple. You can fight me on that. They just are. So I wrote down reasons why.
Oh, okay. We like reasons why.
But this is okay. So
don't get blown away. We'll try not to.
I know.
In these,
if anything, I think we get washed away.
Wind gusts.
More than blown away. But anyway, so like I love Belle and Beast, and I love Cinderella and Prince Charming. I love most of the Disney couples. Don't get me wrong, but Rapunzel and Eugene are the best, and here's why: they support each other unconditionally. They communication, which is key. We've been watching so many Hallmark Christmas movies lately, and the best ones,
baseline of any of the best movies,
when they communicate.
Communication. It's
great. Eugene. Okay, so here's the thing: if you didn't know, in Tangled the series, the Tangled Before Ever After, which was like the hour-long premiere of the show, Eugene proposes to Rapunzel, and she says no, and he respects that, and he loves her anyway, and he says, that's okay, we can wait, like, I get it, I understand where you're coming from, I'm sorry I caught you off guard, you weren't prepared, like, y'all.
So sweet.
I love them so much.
Oh, between 11 and 8 p.m. Yeah, I know it's definitely hitting different areas at different times, but we shall see if hopefully there's not much damage or anything. It may just be like a really big storm.
We will do that. Nice. Wizard of Oz reference there. Very nice. Anyway, Rapunzel and Eugene, they're my favorite. I mean, I love Belle and Beast, but like Rapunzel and Eugene are just my favorite. I can't.
What would you say like were the differences between this book and say the show or the movie? Like,
okay, so if you didn't read the book or you're not familiar, basically the book was kind of like a little bit before and then during the time of the TV series. So Disney Channel made an animated series based on like after the movie Tangled, between Tangled and Tangled Ever After, which is the short of Rapunzel and Flint's wedding. And so the show was 3 seasons. It just ended, and I'm very sad. I still haven't seen the 3rd season because I don't want it to end. Anyway, but so the book was kind of like introducing Cassandra, who we just meet in Tangled. Tangled
so
Before Ever After, which is like the hour-long special.
Read
it's kind of.
before?
I think it came out like at the same time as the show was premiering, so it was kind of like you could read it right before the show premiered if you wanted to know Cassandra and not just be thrown in and be like, who is this person?
Yeah, because she's kind of a big character.
She is. Yeah, she's a major player in the show. But so this is kind of like the prequel to that, and like how Cassandra and Rapunzel's friendship starts. If you didn't read it, if you did read it, I loved that. I'm here for it.
It's kind of cool to get to see that story.
Yes, and the whole thing is like they're polar opposites. So like Rapunzel's very like optimistic and hopeful and happy. You know, she's Rapunzel. We all know her. We love her. And Cassandra's very like not that way. She's more pessimistic and suspicious,
guarded.
Pretty much, she wants to be a guard. So yes, guarded is a very good word. So like their friendship dynamic is awesome. I love friends that are like opposites. I love that opposites.
Yeah, it's like opposites attract.
Opposites attract, but in friendship, I'm here for it. It's great. Yeah, so
that's balance each other out a little.
So that's the setting of the book, and it's great. If you haven't watched the show yet, it's on Disney Plus. If you have it, you should watch it. It's great. They got Mandy.
The show's on Disney Plus. Or
yes,
is the little movie the movie thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
It starts.
It's the first episode, but it was like an hour-long special rather than like a 30-minute. Everything else is 30-minute. So it was like an hour-long special, and then the show started.
Gotcha.
But they got Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi to come back to play Rapunzel and Flynn.
I think is awesome. It really bothers me actually a lot, like in shows and like what do you call that? Like second movie
like
sequels and stuff like that when they don't bring back the same voice actors and actresses. I feel like it's not that there's not the same character. Like that character is not complete. It's not really them. It's an imposter if it's not their actual voice. So the fact that they did the entire series,
they brought them back.
It really does like make it feel like an extension of the show, which I thought was pretty cool.
Also, for all my Disney on Broadway friends, the Broadway stars in the show, stellar. Like the cast of the show, so good. Alan Menken wrote the music.
Which
and so
also
it's all great.
It's going to be good.
He just won an Emmy for a song for Waiting in the Wings from the show, so he's officially an EGOT.
Oh my gosh!
Alan Menken, Disney legend, love him. He's great.
He is a Disney.
But so the music's fantastic. Jeremy Jordan is in it. James Monroe Iglehart, who originated the role of Genie in Aladdin on Broadway, is in it. As Lance, who's amazing.
I feel like this kind of wins a record for like the most stars in a
Disney Channel
show or like a show that's for kids, because they got a stellar cast for that one.
Stellar. So if you haven't watched it, it's just gonna be me gushing about it. I'm sorry. I love it. I love it. Oh, thanks, Patty. We're really excited. We might have something coming if we can get a few more subscribers. I'm not gonna say anything specific. But like, we're really excited. We're really excited. We're thankful and blessed, and we're very excited.
Yeah, we're nearing a big moment. It's very exciting.
Yes.
It is a great show, Alicia, and such an impressive cast. So the things that they could do with it were like endless. Like the songs in this show,
amazing.
Comparatively speaking to like other Disney Channel shows, like this one, they really did a lot with it, and it's really impressive.
It's so true. I think you're talking about Alan Menken.
Yeah, it's about time.
It is about time.
He's been great for so many years, so it's exciting to finally get there. Okay,
let's see, what else did I have that I wrote down? Cass is really cool. I love the character of Cassandra. It took me a minute when I started watching the show, because I watched it back when it premiered, and I still just haven't watched season 3 because I don't want it to end because I'm sad. But it took me a while to to get into her character, because she's so different than Rapunzel, which is not a bad thing, but she's also so different from me. So like she's very, brute force and fighting, and she'd rather be suspicious of someone than trust them immediately, like that kind of thing. And
yeah, and I think
I love her. She's so cool.
I feel like she's relatable, or like maybe more relatable than like Rapunzel. In that, I feel like a lot of the feelings that she goes through, or the things that she thinks, are more like human nature. So things about like, she has to learn and warm up to the idea of doing things, or whatever the situation is in that particular moment. And
my main thought of her in this book, though, was I was like, girlfriend, you need to chill. Like, calm down. She's suspicious of everyone except the person they actually should have been suspicious.
Which that should tell you something in itself, that if he's the one that sticks out,
that's kind of why. Well, this is another thing. I did see, like, the bad guy reveal coming, which is not a bad thing. I always appreciate that. I feel like that's a sign of good writing if you can predict the plot twist. I feel like that's important. If it's just for shock value, I'm not a fan. If the plot twist is just for shock value, if I couldn't see it coming, nah. But part of it was because I was like, Cassandra's not suspicious of this person, who is definitely suspicious to me. So I'm gonna say it's probably this person.
And you're like, I like to be able to kind of, well, that's why we love like mystery shows and movies and stuff like that, because we like to kind of figure it out as it goes, versus the ones that like totally plot twist you. Although those are fun every once in a while, but it's kind of nice to be able to follow along with the story,
Oh, hey, Holly.
Hey, Holly.
Oh boy, ceiling fan installation. That's no fun. I will tell you that.
And they're so needed right now too. The heat is.
I know. Oh. Yes, I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it a lot too. So the interesting thing is, this book is definitely directed at like a younger audience, which I'm fine with. I love reading middle grade and like that kind of thing. But yeah, I would definitely hand this to like a kid I know who loves Disney or whatever, because I think
another adult
who loves Disney. I think it was great. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun reading it. So,
what was your favorite part, Holly? Or any of you who read the book, what was your favorite part?
Oh, thanks, Patty. We try. Sometimes the chat gets away from us, and then we're overwhelmed, but that's okay.
Rapunzel, wash and take care of that hair.
Yeah, actually, they talked about that in the book, I will say, because they said like she has to let it like lay it out on the grass and let the sun dry it for like 7 hours or something.
I will say too, I like the idea. So if you watch the show, her hair goes back to long.
Yeah.
So I like how
at the end of the movie, obviously,
they talk about that, because
her
hair is short at the end of the movie, and I like how they kind of worked that into the storyline of like, how it becomes long again. And I feel like it's a great segue for like even Rapunzel in the parks and stuff, because for like meet and greets and stuff like that, she's got her long blonde hair. It's so for the while where there wasn't anything going on, it's like, what happened to like I would love to meet short brunette-haired Rapunzel. I feel like that would be so cute.
Yeah. Although like her long blonde hair is like her
That's kind of what makes her her.
It's her thing.
Whatever. But
done your hair or whatever.
I like how this show and movie kind of bridge the gap and make sense of the story, which
I'm really curious, because as I said, I haven't seen the 3rd season yet, but I'm curious how they explain how she went back to the short hair, because then
are we gonna see short hair?
The wedding, because in the wedding short.
I don't know. Yeah, so I like how they're like kind of
they kind of made
making it part of the storyline, and I'm like, I kind of want a short hair Rapunzel meet and greet or picture spot or in the parade.
I'd be down.
I'm flexible,
I think if I had to pick a favorite part, I don't know what I would say. I will say the one thing my one complaint, actually 2 complaints. One, I needed more of Eugene. He was there for a lot of it, but like,
he should have been there for more.
Always have more Eugene Fitzherbert, let's be real. But 2, Max was like not in it at all. Like Pascal was there for a little bit, but Maximus was just like not there. They mentioned him a couple of times.
Maximus is such a huge character.
To have Maximus.
Like,
right.
Where did he go?
I think they did write another book for the beginning of the 2nd season.
Yeah,
so maybe. I think Max is going to be in that one because he's a bigger part of the plot line of the second season.
But I don't appreciate them just taking him out and then putting him in whenever they want.
They just threw his name in a couple of times just to let you know that he's still there. But I was like, but where's Max?
He's a big character. He deserves to have space, you know?
He deserves to be in this story. Maximus deserves to be in this story. Yeah. That's my one complaint of the whole thing.
I thought you said you had two.
Oh, more Eugene. More Eugene and more Max.
And more Max.
That's my only thing. Let me think. What was my favorite part?
Favorite part of the book and then favorite part of the show.
Oh.
And are they different?
I mean, well, yeah, because they're not the same story line.
They kind of go in the same direction with characters, though.
They do.
Another thing I appreciate is that they do keep the characters' personalities very similar to the movie, which, again, another beef I have with, like, spin-off series and, like, other movies and stuff is when they seem to not make decisions, like, in their same personality. Like, it seems out of character.
Yeah, they all seemed in character in this book, which I thought was
in
great.
the book and in this, I think they did a really good job of, like, continually being in that character and thinking, like, what would this character do or say or whatever.
And I really loved, this was one thing I was worried about with the show when it first premiered, was they dealt really well with Rapunzel's emotions having been stuck in the tower for 18 years and dealing with Gothel's betrayal and, like, dealing with that. They actually went there, and I was really happy
that she had in her life ended up being so manipulative and toxic,
So I really liked it. Like, they have a whole episode where she goes back to the tower and she has to deal with that, like, emotional weight and all of that.
And, like, you have to be able to close that door to, like, move on.
Yeah, and I really liked that part of the show. I think it's a wonderful thing that they decided to do. I think my favorite part of the show, this is just a personal enjoyment. Well, two things. One, I love Varian because Jeremy Jordan's singing voice is everything. And they got him some epic songs. They gave him some great ones. But I love Lance. So Lance is a new character that's introduced in the show who's like one of Eugene's old buddies. And so he's hilarious. He's wonderful. He's like Eugene, but more. He's like a lot. You know, he's just like
he's just a lot.
Like he's Eugene, but he doesn't like have a romance like Rapunzel. He doesn't have a Rapunzel to like calm him down. So he's just a lot. So he eats all the time and he jokes all the time. He's great though, and I love him. And he's another one. James Monroe Iglehart. Could listen to him sing anything. Okay, anything. Yeah, it's true, Alicia. It works for life in general. More Eugene, more Max. Please and thank you.
That goes in
and
life.
More Pascal.
That goes in merch. That goes in parts.
Honestly, Max needs more merch appreciation. Max needs more appreciation in general. Maximus is amazing.
He's great.
I feel like he deserves more
And
love.
I feel like Eugene wouldn't be the character that we know and love without Max.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, Max kind of forms what we see of Eugene and, like, gives him some character development, you know? So,
like, he develops partially because he loves Rapunzel and he wants to be better for her, but also because he's got Max watching over his shoulder.
Yeah,
I feel like it's kind of that both of those turn him into the Eugene we know and love.
Yes. Yes, Patty. We are definitely trying to do more lives. We've been going live from the park a lot more recently, and it's been super fun. We're definitely enjoying getting to talk to you guys more through lives. Yes. Yeah, I just feel like Max as a I mean, he's a sidekick.
He is.
But I feel like if you say to someone like, who's the sidekick of Tangled, it's like, oh, well, it's Pascal.
Right.
You know?
He's
the princess sidekick.
To me, Pascal is Rapunzel's sidekick and Max is Eugene.
Even though at the beginning he's not really his sidekick, but
no,
he's like
I know,
his
but
side
they're
character.
Like, you know how there's usually like a human character who has like a side character, like Aladdin and Abu, or like that kind of vibe. Yeah. It's like that kind of, they go together.
They go together like PB and J.
We go together like Eugene and Max, which means we kind of hate each other, but it's all good.
It's like a love-hate relationship,
yes,
you know?
It's a love-hate, you know, frenemies kind of a deal. Yeah. What else do I have to say? I think that's most of what I had in my notes. Oh, I was going to tell you guys about this. Okay, so here was my big discovery of the month. So, I haven't been to our local library since the shutdown in March, which I
Feels
miss
like
it a
forever
lot.
ago,
And I do think it's
honestly.
open for like a certain amount of hours, but I just haven't
Yeah.
gone because I have enough books to read on my own.
Right.
Okay, let's be
It's
clear.
not like she has nothing
It's not
to
like I
read.
don't have books to read, but I had been using the Overdrive app, which is a way that you can like rent ebooks and audiobooks from your local library, and I love it. It's great. But I've been using it for audiobooks. But this book, they didn't have the ebook on Overdrive. They had it on this other app called Hoopla, which I'd never heard of before, and it was new to me. So I was like, okay, I'll just go download it because I need to read the book, and they don't have a physical copy, and blah blah blah. This is the only way I was going to be able to read it. So I went and I downloaded this app, and it's the coolest thing ever. So basically, it's like Overdrive, but if you don't know Overdrive, you might not know. But
Yeah, like,
you can rent ebooks or audiobooks, and this has music, movies, like TV shows, and everything on it too.
Is it free?
Yes. All you take is your library card. That's all it takes to get into it, and you can go into your local library's system, and then you can just like read books on it. So, for example, that's Rapunzel and what is this? The Vanishing Village. I don't know. It's the preview that was at the back of the book. That's the one I'm looking for. So it's like just an ebook reading app. I've been using it for an audiobook too.
So what's it called again?
It's called Hoopla, Hoopla, and it's great. And it doesn't have a waiting period. So normally when you do Overdrive, like they have 2 copies or whatever, so you have to put a hold in if you want to read it if somebody else already has it, like a normal library book would be. But this, it's just you just hit borrow and it
I wondered about that
because
like that is something that's kind of frustrating with Overdrive is that like you're technically like it's like you were like rent or taking out the actual book. So if someone else has it, you can't have
this
it.
This one is more of like a rental rather than a
it drives
library
me crazy
loan.
Because I'm like, but it's on the internet. So can't they just give it to like more than one people because it's not a physical copy, you know?
Nope.
So but I like this.
This is really cool. So I didn't
not
have to
sponsored.
No, not sponsored. I wish.
Sponsors, but no.
But no. But they do have like I said, movies, music, TV shows, audiobooks. It's great, and I'm really enjoying using it, and I'm gonna be using it a lot. And I think they have a limit of like you can only check out like 10 things a month or something like that. But
that's a lot.
Like I would read 10 things a month. I have enough of my own
because
things.
You have to try to balance the things that you have and
usually if I listen to audiobooks, I try my best to only get audiobooks of books that I actually own, so then I like can count it off my PBR. Anyway,
because we had this discussion because she has this huge stack of things to read, yet she still goes out and finds new ones. Like, focus on what you get. You know?
I'm doing better at that. Okay,
you are doing better.
2020, I was like, it's gonna be my year
to conquer the quarantine and all of the uncertainty of this year has actually helped you to like rein it in and
I've only bought like I think 1 physical book this year. I bought some more Kindle books, but
don't count.
Oh, I'm glad, Patty. Thank you. I'm not alone. Although, let me tell you guys, okay, I have been in the worst reading slump this month.
Which is, I can't remember the last time you were in a reading slump.
I hate reading slumps so.
They're like creative blocks, but not.
Yeah, which, I mean, the good news is I have been writing this month.
Yeah, which is good.
So it's like I can either do one or the other. I can't do both at the same time. Because either I read a lot or I write a lot, and I can't do both. So I did just read this book yesterday and today because I was like, I have to force myself to like sit down and read it. Not that I didn't enjoy it. I did. But like, I don't know, reading slumps, if anybody else has this happen, where like reading slumps to me are not that I'm not enjoying books. It's just that I don't have the urge to read, which is weird because normally I do.
Because you get like so much of it. You like put yourself into it for so long because you're fired up.
It's true.
And then you kind of die down a little bit. And it happens in anything, really. When you get really passionate about something, there's a good chance it just gets a little tired.
Yeah, so I only read 3 books in July. 3. Normal in June I read like 13. So that's like I'm fine. I'm fine. The good news is now, I was like, I had like 3 things I needed to read like right before the end of the month. This one and like one other one, and I was like, I have to finish these before the month is out, and now I'm good.
Well,
it's August
I feel
now.
like
I'm good. I can chill.
I feel like the fact that you read 3 books and were in the slump is pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh,
good. I'm glad, Patty. Thank you. I'm not alone.
Good to know other people have reading slumps too.
Oh man.
Because it's so hot.
It's so hot.
Oh my gosh,
we're
I
at the
love
point.
your emojis.
We're at the point in the year where walking outside just feels like you're in an oven.
It's so bad. You walk outside and like even
it's so hot in here and the air conditioning is going.
Even like in the car with the air conditioning, just like be like the sun beating down on you, you feel like a piece of meat in a skillet.
It's not fun. I don't recommend.
Do not recommend. Do not. I'll recommend like if you want to go.
If you want to sweat it out, like I guess just go stand outside for a few minutes.
Get salty like a potato chip. But yeah, it's been super super brutal here.
It definitely has.
And it's so funny because July equals Christmas in July, so
that's what I've been doing instead of reading. I've been watching Hallmark Christmas movies.
Which is a good break, it's a good break.
It is, except that's all my brain was wanting to do and not read.
But I will say, because of that, I feel like that was necessary because it's so hot outside that, you need to see that snow. You need to see them freezing in their scarves stuff,
Yeah.
Just cools you right down.
I'm like, I want to see them in all their Christmas happiness.
Yes, a hurricane is coming. Well, technically, we don't know if it's going to be a hurricane. Hopefully, it's just gonna, skirt.
Technically, we're not on the coast, so like the coast is gonna get it worse than we are.
But even then, I feel like right now they don't know if it's actually gonna hit land or not. But at best, I guess it's going to be a tropical storm. So yes, that is coming. We're looking forward to it.
Tomorrow, supposedly.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably tonight and tomorrow. Yeah. So yes, it is. Yes, Hallmark Christmas in July. Woo!
I'm so sad it's over today, and I am so sad it ended today. I was like, no, don't stop. Just keep going through Christmas. I know you have enough movies. Don't stop.
I know. And honestly, I was feeling like all the Christmas vibes, like in everything. And in my planner, like I did at least 2 Christmas spreads just because I did the week of Christmas in July. Then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep going Christmas because it makes me happy. And when I look at it, I'm like, Christmas.
Yeah. I've been listening to Christmas music, and I have no shame.
I have not been listening to Christmas music yet. I have Christmas music stuck in my head. It's been like 3 or 4 days. I just have it stuck in my head, and I'm just like jamming along to Christmas music before I realize, like, oh, this is Christmas music. And then I'll try to get something not Christmas stuck in my head, and then it reverts back to Christmas. So I'm just embracing it now. And I'm just like, yes, Christmas in July, and now Christmas in August. So, oh, that's exciting, Patty. Congratulations to your friends.
Yes.
Super, super fun.
Yeah.
Wow, good job. I have not.
I've just been dreaming.
It's so funny because I have been talking like some of our friends who are like super uber prepared and already have like some Christmas gifts purchased, and I'm just like, this is 2020. We're all thrown off a little bit.
No, I'm not. No.
I usually do like to prepare and like, have a plan ahead of time, but
right now
I'm kind of in survival mode.
Yeah.
So
I like that, Kim. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Yes, we're going to go with that. And technically, you know what? You can celebrate Christmas all year long because we celebrate Christ all year long.
That's true.
And he doesn't come just at Christmas. He's here all the time. So that's why, we can listen to Christmas music all the time.
The gift was given for all time, so that means that counts all year.
Allah. And I will say too, we had like on our DVR, we had a lot of Hallmark Christmas movies recorded from last Christmas because we didn't really have that much time last Christmas season to watch movies. So it was kind of great because we were watching all the ones that they were playing like on TV. But then we also had some that we could go back and watch, which was great.
Fun
so
fact,
I feel like we're still doing great. We have plenty.
We still got a lot. But fun fact, Hallmark Christmas movies are the perfect background noise for editing videos.
Yes,
it really actually helped me concentrate when I had like a background noise going.
Well, and here's the thing that I love about Hallmark is that you can do it in the background of anything, like cooking, cleaning, editing, whatever you're doing. You can have it on in the background, and you don't miss anything because you know
how it's
where it's gonna go, and you know there's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end.
There's the beginning where they meet. There's the middle with the drama.
Although, to me, the most frustrating part to miss of a Hallmark movie is the beginning because you know what's going to happen at the end, and the middle it kind of has like the same little parts. Like you're making Christmas cookies, you're wrapping presents, you decorated the tree.
You hear something you weren't supposed to hear, and then you get all dramatic.
Don't ever do lights or garland first. Always ornaments directly on the tree. What's up with that? Anyway, that's the fun part, I guess.
My.
No one sees the part where they're like changing out the bulbs and the Christmas lights, because that's not cute. Anyways, but then like the beginning is the important part because then you learn like what their profession is and what
they're doing in
what bad relationship they're in right now, and like about their family. You learn all that stuff at the beginning. So I feel like if you miss the beginning, you try to pick it up along the way, but it's not as easy.
So. Hello to the people. I see some people just joined us, and we're here talking about Hallmark.
Oh, sorry. Like not even looking. We're just talking about Hallmark. Christmas movies.
What you do? Because we want it to be Christmas. I want it to be Christmas, but I'm not ready for Vlogmas yet. But I'm ready for Christmas.
Do we even get Christmas in 2020? I don't know.
That is a great question.
But I feel like no matter what is happening, I will be in the Christmas mood.
In my heart.
I'm already in the Christmas mood, so I feel like now until Christmas, I'll have the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Spreading joy and laughter, even if the sky is falling in December of 2020, because that's about it that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Hot dogs falling from the sky.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs now? Is that where we're going?
There's
That's the other disaster movie.
A food machine up in the air.
Anybody got that on their 2020 bingo card? Disaster bingo, food falling.
I'm almost at my bingo of craziness.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, we're just rambling now.
Yes, we are.
Do you want to announce the big news?
What's the big news? Oh, the book for next month! You always do this, and I am always like, what?
You're supposed to get my vibration.
Yeah, no, I got that. Okay, hold on. Let me go and double check the numbers because the books for next month, the options were Mother Knows Best by Serena Valentino, which is about Mother Gothel, so it's another tangled story. Star Wars Queen's Shadow by E.K. Johnston, which was about Padme, which I still want to read. I think it looks really interesting. And then, This Is Love. What? Carry on. That one got the least amount of votes. Okay, no one wants to read about Padme, and I feel bad for Padme.
No one cares.
So I'm still gonna probably maybe read it if I'm out of this reading slump in any quick time. And then the last one was So This Is Love by Elizabeth Lim, which is the new Twisted Tales. It's about Cinderella, and I don't actually remember what the question was for that one. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Anyway,
but it's cool because it's about Cinderella.
Yes. So the winner at 48% of the votes.
I'm really bad at drum rolls.
Mother Knows Best by Serena Valentino.
You won't survive 2020. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. So we're gonna read that one. Mother Knows Best, Serena Valentino, Mother Gothel. Her origin story, which I'm really interested to see.
Yeah, I think
how they take it.
Interesting.
Because I hate Mother Gothel a lot. She bothers me a lot. Like, there's some Disney villains.
Levels of mess.
Yeah, like some Disney villains, like you love to hate him. You know, there's like your Hades, where it's like he's fun and he's just bad, like a big bad guy.
Big bad guy.
But to me, it's Mother Gothel and Lady Tremaine and Jafar. Those kind of, and Jafar. No, not really Jafar. No, But the ones that are too real,
they're
too real. Like, they deal with, they're more emotional, mental, like, abusive, toxic relationship evil.
Mm-hmm.
No. I like them. I don't like them. I just hate them. I don't love to hate them. I just hate them.
I don't love to hate them.
So, I'm curious to see if this thing's gonna, like...
I'm curious to see where they go with that, because
I don't know how they're gonna make her relatable, is my thing. I'm curious to see.
Well, you kind of know the end of the story.
Right.
By knowing the beginning of the story. So...
But, like, when we read,
how they're gonna take
Fairest of All, which was about the evil queen, which is a similar, she just bothers me because she abuses Snow White. But I was interested to see how they were going to make her relatable human side. And see it from her side. So I'm curious to see Mother Gothel. Maybe I'll get more Tangled merch before next
goal.
Yeah, so that's the book for next month. Woo!
Yay! So we're going for Tangled month 2.
It fits, because they're both set in Corona. Which everyone and their brothers made that joke. That's
but I like the idea that it's set in Corona.
But here we're
in 2020,
We're all still in quarantine.
So, I guess that's it for this month.
Yeah. That was shorter than normal. I'm sorry if that was... We just talked fast, I guess. I loved this book. I really enjoyed it. I recommend it if you didn't get a chance to read it.
Would you say it was an easy read?
Yes, absolutely. It's definitely directed at a younger audience.
Yeah.
So totally easy, simple read, very fun. Had my favorite middle grade thing, which is where you don't really have to pay that much attention to the prophecy because they're going to quote it later when it actually is relevant. So
that's a plus,
I'm like I'm skimming the prophecy because I'm like, I know this is going to be important, but they'll tell me the important parts later.
I don't know if that's terrible or if that's good
terrible.
Advice.
I'm sorry. When I was a kid, like I was all about like prophecies and books. Like I had them memorized.
Prophecies books and rhyming, the ones that rhyme.
When Aslan bares his teeth, winter meets his death, that whole thing. Like I had it memorized.
Rock solid.
But I'm not that way anymore. I'm like, this will be relevant later. They'll tell me it's fine. Yes.
You're an old lady reader.
I know, man, I'm so old. Anyway, yes, so I would definitely recommend it. I'd recommend if you need something to read, if you have kids or, nieces or nephews and you want to give them something to read and they love Rapunzel, highly recommend. And also recommend the show, but you already heard me gush about that, so.
I don't know that we will necessarily recommend next month's book
for
that, so we shall see.
But this one, definitely, I would recommend. I'm curious to read the next one, potentially, in the future. Yeah. I know they did another one, so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, next month's book, Mother Knows Best. Meet us next month for another live. Hopefully we'll do some more lives before then, Disney related, but for the book club, we will do a live next month.
Yeah.
So, see ya. Have a wonderful weekend.
Guys.
Stay safe.
Stay very safe. We love you and goodbye.
See ya.